what's going down? This has been a busy week. Now we're going to touch on a few things we mentioned on Outlaws because there's been some developments, which is always fun, which is why we do 2 shows a week. Second being right here on Zero Tackle. And number one, of course, is the big story. The David Fifita saga continues. Last time we spoke, he was headed to Penrith. Since then, about 10 other clubs have gone, wait a minute, we could use a player of David Fifita's quality. Talk to me.
I think the obvious ones that need to chase him were the Roosters, the Panthers, the Dragons, and the Raiders. I think it's very, very telling that stories have already come out that he doesn't want to meet with the Dragons. And it's narrowed down to the Roosters and the Panthers. Apparently, all the conversation and groundwork that Ricky Stewart has done with him meant nothing. He's toured the facilities, but obviously these clubs, you can speak with the Dragons, you can speak with the Raiders, hell, you could speak with Manly, but the minute the Roosters and Penrith come knocking at your door, you shut all that noise out at the moment. I would be, if I'm Fifita, you got 24 hours now, essentially, because you've got to make your decision before the kickoff on Thursday night. I'd be taking my time tonight with my partner. She plays for the Gold Coast Titans, and saying, what is the best option for us moving forward? What is the best option for me? What's the best option for you? How are we going to get you back down here? Do you want to stay on the Gold Coast? I know your season's only 10 weeks long. What does that mean for us there? If I'm Fifita, and I said this to you just before we recorded, I'm signing with Penrith. I'm taking that deal with Penrith. Rumours are there is a 4th-year option on the table for Penrith. It's a bit more money at the Panthers as well. But if he goes to Penrith, honestly, becomes the best back rower in the world. Arguably the best back rower we've seen. We've seen what Penrith have done with Viliami Kikau, how they've turned Scott Sorensen from park football premiership captain for Newtown into an international. They're somehow forging a rep career out of Liam Martin. Imagine what they could do with David Fifita. At the same time, you've got the Roosters who have got all the money, but if I'm looking at the 2 squads and how they're built, there are 2 players at Penrith that stand out head and shoulders over what there is at the Roosters, and that's Nathan Cleary, and that's Dylan Edwards, and those guys aren't going anywhere in the next 3 to 4 years, whereas Tedesco's gone, Luke Keary's going, Sam Walker's in and out of first grade. Brandon's I'm leaning with Penrith, and I hope he goes to Penrith. I really do hope he goes to Penrith. That'll be frightening.
I can't see a world where he doesn't end up at Penrith. I'm a little bit. So the Dragons came in and thought we can offer him more money than anyone. That was the only chance they had. Let's be honest. Fifita is, for mine, the best back row in the competition when he wants to be. He's not the most. You can't accuse him of being overly consistent. He's got games where he can blow anyone off the park. How he hasn't played every single Origin game that he's been eligible for says a lot about his attitude or injuries. I don't know. Maybe it's a bit of everything. I shouldn't have said attitude, but it worries me that he's told the Dragons no, because you should at least hear them out. Maybe they've got all these plans. Says to me he wants to go and win a premiership for Penrith. It's Penrith or the Titans. The Titans' best chance is, hey, his partner is up there. He is set up. The whole game plan is revolving around him. Whereas if Penrith, because Penrith is going to have to fit in their system. Now, I think they'll change their game to play with him as much as possible. They'll shift Liam Martin into the middle, which I think is going to cover Fisher Harris. There's your straight swap. It comes down to whether he wants money and lifestyle or he wants to go to Penrith and win premierships. Because the Titans, with the greatest respect, and I've got a soft spot for the poor old Titans. They're not coming close to a premiership in the next 5 years. The Panthers might have 5 more. It seems like the easiest decision in the world, except when you look at, okay, he goes down there, he's just another player. At the Gold Coast, with Tino out, he is the club right now. Now, I would make an argument that AJ Brimson is probably more important than Fifita, but if they lose Fifita, it's going to look terrible on the optics. I think the Titans should be saying, go to Penrith, because that frees up $1 million, and they can go to Ben Hunt and say, look, you want to come here? We've got $1 million.
Would you even be going to Ben Hunt now, though? Look how bad he's playing.
I think they need to, because there's not many options, and he's a year or 2 away from retirement. But Zach Lomax forced his way out. There's Flanagan's shown that he'll do it. I reckon they push him to Penrith. I think he signs for him on Friday morning. And I think Ben Hunt is linked with the Titans quick smart.
Yeah, it's a frightening world where you're thinking that Penrith can keep producing all this talent and still go and get a guy like Fifita. And it's really interesting to read people's take and perception. And it's one of the reasons why I hope that he goes to Penrith over the Roosters because, let's face it, the Roosters go and buy all the players that they want. I'm very surprised that Zach Lomax didn't go there, by the way. But, they've got this farm of juniors. Like, they didn't care that Taruva's going because they've got Casey and Jesse McLean tearing up the New South Wales Cup. They didn't care that Stephen Crichton left because they've got Talamay coming back. And they got Isaac Tungo, and they signed those guys on cheaper deals. They signed Isaac Tungo and Talon May for the price that the Bulldogs paid for Stephen Crichton. On the wing, they're about to lose Sania Taruva. That's okay. We've got the Casey brothers, and if we need to babysit them for a year, we've got Paul Alamodi. Yeah. We're losing Jerome Luai. Oh no, they've got Jack Cole in reserve grade. They seem to just go and find... They got Brad Schneider. They seem to just go and find all these players who just need 1 year deals to go and partner Nathan Cleary, and they'll go and do it again until the next junior is ready. I think there's 3 players at Penrith that they would fight tooth and nail to keep, and that'd be Dylan Edwards, Nathan Cleary, and Isaiah. And I think the rest of them outside of that, like James Fisher-Harris is going, and they didn't go out on the market to get the next big prop. It wouldn't surprise me if they picked up someone like a Royce Hunt or an Oregon Kaufusi to just kind of fill that void there. But man, if they get Dave Fifita, holy hell, they are just when you think that Penrith might come back down, they're just going to go straight back up.